Hang tight, we'll start in just a jip. Alright, Bitcoin looking pretty bullish, a little bullish right here on the lows. We'll take a little running flat real quick. Might a scalp long just real quick. Or it might be any item. Better not do that. Exit out of that. It's just a little mix I like. Gets me in the fucking groove. Pumped up, amped up. Ready for the fucking session. So, grab your pens and papers. Tell your granny, tell your mother. Because today is going to be a very good one. Welcome everybody. This is your boy Satoshi Mother Effin Heavy with a dose of crypto forex and stocks. And with that, let us begin. Which is savage. Woo! All right. So, what is going on here? Music, beautiful music. Not really beautiful, but gets you amped up. All right, and I feel it. Okay. So let's run it from the top real quick. Although this is currently at the very, very moment, this little shape is interesting to me. Right here. Just real quick, before we get into it, really into it. This interests me. Like, why is this here? I'm wondering if this is about to run up like this, a little 5-wave pattern. Very interesting. I'm not long yet. I was wanting to, but you know what? I'm gonna hold my gun because I'm not sure what's gonna happen under the low time frame. Because we're talking about that right now. So this is jump out. I just wanted to talk about that just in case we started moving up pretty impulsively at this moment because that little shape interests me. Okay, so let's run it from this very moment. So today, when I was on my way home, I noticed this little pattern. I was like, oh, this is like a running flat. So I shorted. And when I got home, we were here. So that was pretty... Yeah, I didn't really update y'all on that, so I really apologize on that. But this is talk. Two things that trouble me here is that this move here, if taken from this high to this low, is greater than this move from here to this low. And therefore, wave 3 cannot be the shortest. So let's check wave 5 real quick. I haven't done any of this, but this is what I noticed this earlier. It doesn't look longer. And if you notice here, wave 5 is longer. So this doesn't work, right? So this worries me. This worries me for Bitcoin. And I'll explain it right now. The only way that this is, short is if you take it from this high, which is possible. Maybe. I don't really like it, taking it from that high. To me, it breaks too many rules on the top. But if you do that, it's stretching the truth a bit. I mean, it still doesn't work. So it doesn't work. So this troubles me. Two reasons. We could be super bearish, where this is 1-2, and this is a 1-2. And now we're working on another 1-2, and we're about to cascade to the downside pretty significantly. So I'm not suggesting trying to pick a knife here. Momentum's clearly down. We cleared this entire range pretty much in less time and complexity. It just does not look very good in terms of that aspect. Now, I said earlier today that we could get, or last night, I don't know exactly when I said it, we could get all the way down here and still hold a bullish market structure, which is very true. So I wouldn't be surprised if it slide lower because of these aspects. Let's look at the 1 hour real quick. I'm trying to see if I could notice anything. That would get me to change ideas real quick. Let's take it from the top, like super high top. So my entire idea when we were about here, I said, well, if we're going to be doing a YXY, which I thought we were going to do, this has to become a flat. So a flat means go up, come down like this, at least 60%. And from this low point to this high point, we have retraced at 60%. So this technically can be the low, but I'm not rushing into anything. I count 5 wave structures down, but it don't make sense in regard to the Elliott-Wave principle, like holding the rules to the exact how it's supposed to be meant or held. So I cannot run away with counting 5 and say, hey, we should long this and we're going to move up. I can't say that. Another thing that's kind of bearish is the fact that we're trading underneath this level right here that I marked previously. We're trading underneath it now. I don't like that. to me that makes it seem like we want to come test lower at some point. Maybe retest the box, because like I said, on that lower time frame, it looks like a little bullish pennant. We want to move up for like maybe the next 14, like 10 to 14 hours, something like that. Maybe not too much after that, but other than that, this looks fairly bearish, and we can go lower, like I said. So, and still be bullish and hold my entire idea that we're gonna eventually break this high. But we're gonna make it. We're gonna do it in a fashion I thought was gonna be more. Well, it's gonna be less impulsive than I thought initially. I thought we are gonna actually get to like 16,000, but now I'm really thinking if 14,000 is gonna be our stopping point with this move, and we're not gonna go any much further than this area right here. When we look at wave structures based on extensions and stuff, I like to find legitimate price targets, not just like saying. I'm assuming this is all some sort of corrective structure. I don't know. It could have ended. It could have not have ended. I'm not sure yet. Let's do a final check. I just noticed something that I kind of rose my eyebrow. Sorry for not reading any messages right now. There's something just caught my eye. I'm very interested in something that just caught my eye. Corn does look like it wants to at least go a little high, at least test up, like retest this little area here. I'm gonna throw a wild finger here. I'm gonna say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then this again. This would be the low we want to consider buying. Just throwing a wild finger, but I'm just let's see this last thing real quick. WX. Ooh, see, I was wondering if we could consider this being a significant low and we can move up, but again, I just can't make sense of this being the actual low, and we're going to continue to move up like this. I cannot see that at this moment. Both based on Elliott wave, I cannot make sense of this at this low at this point, making it the significant low. Intermediate low, yes, intermediate low could be for right now. Move up real quick, test this low, come down, or just test this white line ish. Oh, that's where we're at, right? Just make a bearish move down here. Break that low one more time. Finishes this structure down, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we know that the last one will probably be goodbye at that point, because then I can make sense of it being a low, a significant low, and we can allow that. We've already said that, so it wouldn't scare me, it wouldn't surprise me if we do make that final low. I do think it's going to happen. Now it's just trying to figure out how to pick your poison in terms of entry and stuff like this. Because, like we said, on the higher degree, on the just pure market structure, to me that's bearish. We broke under this significant high, this liquidity zone. We're now below it. It just, if this was truly going to hold as like liquidity, it would have hit it, bounced up rather quickly. We didn't do that, so to me it's more of a bearish thing rather than a bullish thing. Looking at indicators real quick on a higher degree, that's something I like to do. This just you just can't expect this candle, and then this next candle to fully surpass it, or at least rally so far back it sustains significant impulse. I mean, sure, we've done it one time before, right here. Rallied pretty hard and we've held that low, but you cannot assume that that's bearish. You can't assume that. And to me, we can't find any really reasons we could assume that. One thing that is kind of boding to me right here for at least a intermediate low, or a low intermediate low to be made soon, is that we're outside the bands on our daily. 5 hours also outside the bands. It's printing a positive yet, but nothing significant in my opinion yet. Hourly and 30-minute both have bullish divergence right here. pretty positive. I'd like this to get over there to confirm anything really significant, but so far not yet. We already know all the lower time frames up to like the 60-minute, maybe even the 5 hour are all bottomed out on stochastic. So other than like short scalps, I can't really suggest like positional trades on shorts because everything looks like it wants to bounce. But again, divergence and all that stuff is false until it's proven true. You know, you never know when that level is going to actually turn to point. So again, for now, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Invalidation is that level. We cannot, if we break into this level, this idea is invalid. And we're doing something else. Okay. So let's just throw that invalidation of 1 more. One final check. Pretty sure this is not going to hold. Getting that little push I was thinking about on Bitcoin there. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking this. Unless we test this slow, then this is obviously invalidated. Pretty good move there, though. Let's look at volume real quick. I think this could, if this looks like 5 up, we could possibly scalp this short. Especially if the lower time frames have a like some sort of. Hold on, real quick. Lack of volume. This is a 5-minute. This is a 5-minute. This possibly looks like a pretty good scalp short. On the lowest degree time frame, looks like we want to do one more high for a scalp short here, but possible 5 up here. And watch what happens here. If we retrace low, if we pass that point, then this is probably going to be an ABC, like that, or a triangle, whatever, and it's going to come down. If this ends up being like a weird 1, 2, 1, 2, and this rallies up, then we and passes this line right here, then we know we're probably going to want to be longing to pull back and assuming this is going to at least attempt probably that level there. Boom, break X pivot. I know for a fact X pivot's right here. I just took that short scalp short, by the way. At my entry is 10,335. pretty good entry there. To me, it was really good. It was rewarded. It was like an easy 5-wave up. I know if we make any more movements up, probably gonna be wrong. I said on the lowest degree time frame, we could probably accept one more move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to me, this looks like a diagonal. ABC, ABC, and then A, B, C, C, A, B, C, and then if we could break this level here, I'll be more confident. On this scalp short here, I'm gonna go ahead and place a stop here. If I get taken out and make another high, and do this, and break below that level again, I will enter again a stop there, and then again same aspect if we want to break that level. Already coming back at me, probably gonna take me out instantly. It's all good though. So now we're just going to be watching for what's going to happen here. But let's go ahead and continue what's on a higher degree real quick. We're about to go on to ETH. So close to taking me out on that short. So close, within 10 bucks. I might close it here for a little, because that movement there was not what I was expecting. Again, we could have accepted it, but to me that the drop there was like so impulsive. Anyways. Invalidation to this idea is form a low. I'm just going to delete this because we know that this level is what we care about now. This is another significant level I'm going to leave there. 0, 1, 2. This is X pivot for sure. Still in that short somehow. I literally thought I came within $5. Ridiculous. Not really, again, not really trusting it anymore, but I'm gonna hold it because sometimes I like to flip too quick. What I like here on the 30-minute is this possible little bullish, almost like a bullish hammer top, swing top, I don't know. Hourly looks pretty terrible though. Besides the divergences we're seeing, other than that, there's not really much to say about, you know, a significant turning point here. Again, just before we go over to ETH, my idea is that we're possibly in a 1-2, and then we're working on a 3 here. But if we move up beyond this level, it is probably not. It's obviously invalidated, and we're probably working on moving and establishing a range in here of some degree. Okay. But I can't really make sense of a range being established exactly yet. To me, I want to finish off this pattern being a flat on the highest degree. Because my larger idea is that this is a gigantic YXY, and I'm trying to hold that bias until it's invalidated. We need to make a high point in this box, which looks like it's coming more to more fruition, or fruition, whatever we call it. Right. Zigzag. Flat. Rule of alteration states if W is a zigzag, Y most likely won't be, which leaves us with a triangle and a flat. And triangles are super rare, so we never assume a triangle. We always assume the other. And since this made a zigzag, we assume a flat will form at the top. And this is why I was so bearish here. I was intermediately bearish at this here, but I didn't think it was going to come this low this fast, and then I saw more, and I was like, okay, this is actually going to be a flat, so delete that. So this is the larger idea, but I need to finish off this low. So far, this move here doesn't make sense for the actual low. So to be continued on that. To be continued on that. So we go to ETH. No, for reals. What's up, my friends from around the world? Okay, ETH. Okay, now underneath the trend line, I didn't want to be underneath the trend. No, we're not. Okay. Haven't done a high time frame count on ETH in a fat minute. I've just been working this range that has been developing, but now it's like, are we deviating from the range or not? To me, we're not. To me, this all just continues to make more and more sense as we continue on. Usually, as an Elliott Wave trader, everything tends to make sense the closer and closer you get towards the end or beginning of a pattern. The further you are in the middle, the more muddy and confusing it gets, and the more likelihood of you being wrong on your interpretation of exactly what's happening in the market is going to be arising. So the closer and closer we get towards a termination point, the more likely that the Elliott Wave I present is going to be true. That's why time and time again, for some reason, me and my team always tend to be on the significant moves most of the time. Like the bigger moves. Sometimes in a little time frame we get chopped up a little bit. But under bigger moves, we tend to be there for some reason. Elliott Wave just helps you fulfill those concepts. It's weird. So, this to me just looks very all of this held within itself. Like there's nothing really retracing further than 30%, 30% of the structure in any direction, and it just makes it so it seems all corrective. The only thing that is, this high, this move kind of looked impulsive at first, but when you really study it on the lowest time frame, it doesn't really make sense. That scalp short's working out really well. I'm going to drop my short to entry, zero risk right there. If you took that scalp short, not too bad, up 18%. May consider closing here, but I think it's going to be a little bit better. It's got to be patient with it, but we'll see. Great entry, by the way. That's great. It's phenomenal. Couldn't have asked for a better entry. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to talk about the highest degree time frame, but I think it's very important for ETH right now. There could be a possibility that this is like maybe a WXY, but to me this Y is way too short to be Y, and so I can't assume it. There's no way. Maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I see. The only thing I could think of this being is a correction of something. What it is, where it's coming from, how it's, where it comes, it fits in the entire equation at the moment. I don't know. What I do know is these concepts of Elliot's wave helps me provide, and this just looks corrective. It could also be a possibility that this is all the correction, and this actually ends here. A, B, C, W, X, Y. To me, that fits a little bit better in time. Let's just make sure. Someone else has a very good count. It's my protege, Prithvi, aka Hawkeye. He has a really good count too. He did more homework on this coin than I have, so his count might be better. But to me, all this fits everything I need. Everything I need to interpret this as this makes sense. So I cannot say I'm wrong at this moment. There's the low we expect to make it in. We're making that low at the moment. When we study these points in time, that's fine. I think I fucked up on the check right there, so let's check it again. Ooh, we're just out of time by just barely. But this dotted line is my acceptance level based on what my interpretation of what's been happening in this market I've been trading for 4 years. This is the book. This is my interpretation because I've been studying this market for 4 years. This is the book. My market analysis for 4 years, the book. The book does not cover anything. It was not written in modern times, so it's your opinion on that aspect. To me, I could accept this as a low, but I just really think we're going to go one more lower. Just one more little divot lower to really scarce that liquidity on ETH. But this looks rather complete in terms of a correction. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Thing that makes it more a corrective YXY, not a bullish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is because this is all channeling very well. Daily has divergence, kind of, not really. 5 hour outside the bands on ETH. I might close this short scalp because it's taking a little bit longer than I wanted. It should have just broke instantly down. So, I'll just let it run me if it happens. It is what it is. Zero risk on that. No emotions. But yeah, this is my interpretation on ETH as of right now, on the higher degree. We're usually supposed to talk about that on the weekend only, but to me, it's important right now. This looks like A, this looks like B, maybe a C. Maybe it's a truncation, 1, 2, truncation right there. So that's, 3, 4, 5, and then a B, and then to me this looks like 5 there. So A, B, C makes more sense to me. So if I'm distinguishing that as a correction, A, B, C, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. It's making a series of 3s, which is very interesting. A, B, C. They look impulsive in their nature, but their structure is very corrective. Interesting. I wish if Bitcoin would have not broken the Wave 3 rule, I would be so bullish right now. But the fact that I broke that Wave 3 rule, and I can't make sense of it being a standard end to a phase, which is like usually a 5-wave impulse, I can't say it's returning right now. Can't say it. All right. That looks like a pretty strong candle. This looks like it wants to just take that pop up. About 2 centimeters for being stopped out on that little scalp, but I'll just take a loss in fees, so it's whatever. Life comes at you fast. All right, let's go on to Link. So Murder She Wrote on this one too. We slayed that one. I thought we were gonna bounce up here and do like weird WXYZ, but we didn't. That didn't happen. Thank God it happened intermediately. Link is now interesting to me. Very interesting to me. It's coming to a point. Let's check one thing. Does Link have one last hurrah? Whoops. I might have to revise this count on Link. This, yes, we broke down pretty significantly, but it's technically a correction. Wow, that'll be insane. Makes sense though. Even Elliott Wave says it's possible. Technically, anything's possible, even if Elliott Wave says it's not. It's not a foolproof system. I could have errors just based on just human emotions and stuff like that. I try to limit human emotions coming into it. Strictly use the rules, as it tends to lead us in the right direction most of the time. But I don't like it as a B because how flat it is, but I don't like it as a wave 2 either. I mean, it can be a WXY, and this is a double zigzag structure that formed, but to me this makes the most sense. This is simpler. This does not mean we made the low. We could actually test this. I honestly don't think if we make another low link, I'm honestly gonna say we've made a top on link. My initial idea was this was a WXY from the bottom. Very initial idea. I guess someone may consider this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but to me, that's not 5 ways. I don't like it 5 ways. Maybe if you take it from that low here and say this is a triangle that ended here, then maybe if you're having trouble picture that triangle that ended here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an explosive 5, which is possible. But then to me, this makes no sense as an impulse as of right now. We never know when it comes to these types of things what's going to transpire in the future. The reason why it's corrective, everything's corrective at the moment, is because everything is speculative at this moment until further develop happens in the market, the coin, the business, whatever you want to call it, and then actual movement could actually happen, and actual Elliott wave principle could start really taking forth in terms of like truly showing impulses versus corrective phases. As right now it's so new, so speculative, we don't know. We can only assume what could happen in the future based on what we see here, which is always the truth in terms of that idea. Okay, I didn't get stopped out on that scout short, but I didn't like the movement there, so I'm going to go ahead and close it here because I just don't like the movement up there. Close it there for a very minute loss on fees. It was actually a 6%, but with fees, it's still a loss, which is pretty crazy, right? Didn't like the way it came back at us. It was like a 3-wave down move, and it came back in like a weird impulsive, weird structure, which is kind of strange. Okay, let's move on to full X. See if anyone's asking any questions. Nope. Okay, that CAD little call worked pretty well. What's left for CAD? I think we're in 4 still. Working on 4. Watch this to develop some weird fucking structure, and then one more down. That's a buy. That was an easy scalp. I don't know what's gonna happen now. We're starting to build, get towards the center of a correction, so it gets more muddy. So I'm willing to wait this one out and wait till like the end where it becomes more clear in the terms of a termination point, and we could short that, easy stop, and then that'll be an easy long as well. So to me, this is no change really. This was fucking phenomenal. Clearly rallied. Now, wait, did I leave it off the hair or leave it off here? No, this is exactly what I was assuming is going to happen. Okay, yeah, I'm still with this. I am willing to outside the bands here on the 5-hour, posting a positive, but not anything significant. Daily's topped out. Let's look at the daily real quick before I go. Daily's topped out on a stochastic. I really think we're gonna come down and test this lower band on daily. Ooh, gutted on that short, by the way. Oh well. I'll watch this here. If we could test this level, I'll short it. I'll short that level. We could test it. Oh yeah, I want to look at the 5-hour. Rolled to the bottom side, so it's asking for a bounce. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. If we rally here, watch for bearish rejections on the top side or inside of it, and then with either wicks to the top side and closes inside, or wicks awakens the entire range and closes outside, and enter there, stop probably right there. You're gonna target like bare minimum this level here, actual target that one there. You get lucky if you get here, in my opinion. Ooh, got it on that short big time. Oh well. Okay. So the levels, if you can't see the levels, it's 1.33280, 1.33541. Okay. I'm not gonna try to count that shit. Too hard for, or too difficult on. Okay, this one also rallied high. I said watch for like any diagonal to form here. See if it actually. It looks like it did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count. Let's see if it did actually. Fortunately, I wasn't watching it to take that fucking that's easy short. Gosh damn it. Definitely was. Any diagonal. To me, this looks toppy. Ooh, man, that short. Ooh, got it like a motherfucker. That would be good. Whoever held on to that, good job. I knew I should. I always do that. I always like, you know what? Just take the loss and fees. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, it's looking very toppy. If we could rally up, essentially the same setup as the last. If we rally up and reject this level, I am shorting the living piss out of it. Essentially, I can't short this level. I can't say you can short this level. It just makes really sense. Sure, this looks like a rejection, but we want entry, not a idea. That's the difference in terms of trading it and analyzing. It's very easy to see where price is going, but how do you manage your position to get in and out? How that's trading. Okay, so we understand. You know, the concept right now, the highest concept right now is bearish. But how can we trade this? Enter now, stop at the high. That's too big for me. Too big. Not to sit forever to get any type of significant win. That's too much. So we have to find other ways. Other ways by diving in, locating divergences, pivots, X pivots. Order blocks, bearish order block, bullish order block, whatever you want to call it, anything. And my level is right here. Should be purple. Same with these. Man, I cannot believe I let myself go on that one. What a vagina. Which are very tough, by the way. So yeah, if we could come up, do exactly what I said prior, make some bearish candles in this area, create a divergence between like here and here, lower high, but like higher high on RSI, whatever, then that's a short. Because the higher degree is we're bearish right now, based on market structure and alleyway. Which could be wrong, but our assumptions usually are right on some of those aspects. Euro. This essentially played out pretty well too. I think we were here when we talked. I thought we were going to come to the side, pivot more, and drop down to this lower trend line, but it looks like we didn't do that side pivot thing, so we didn't get the entry point we wanted, but it's all good. To me, this looks like a buying opportunity, but I'm not willing to really rush into it unless, again, we get some confirmation with like OG Chevy flipping bullish on the 5 hour again, which we're hinting. Again, we're hinting here. Bottomed out, stochastic. The likelihood of us moving up is pretty high, but we don't know yet. So we want some confirmation. Especially if we can start trading above the daily open today. Right now we are, but we're not closed yet. Same thing. We got a positive here. This possibly looks like a weird leading diagonal, but I'm not going to run away with that. Alright, so that one's basically talked about. What else? So, damn, that was a really good bounce right there. So that was pretty spot on that. Oh yeah, we talked about this already, CAD. I'm with this sale on DXY. We're in a 4 now. This is now looking done. We can still be forming that 4, but to me it looks kind of done here. The purple 4, and now we're working on cyan 4 here. And then another downside move for this here in green. A, B, C. Pretty clean count. Not too difficult. Nothing really is screaming at me to say that's wrong or anything. So. Alright, so I think that is essentially it. Unless we have anything we want to talk about at this current moment. Again, I think we had covered everything we normally cover. Let me know, though. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer that. Before we get out of here. Again, thank you. Thank you all. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. Like and subscribe button. We'll always get it popping. Try to be on schedule all the time. We're on a little... So yeah, I think that's it. Can't think of anything else. Alright, cool. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to sign out. So if you wondering when we're going to air again, it's always this. It's going to be Sunday. Today was Thursday, so Sunday at around the same time, about 5-6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we'll get it popping again. Usually talk about the higher time frame was more, you know, that's the main topic at hand. Today was just the lower time frame, but we hinted at the higher time frame because we're coming to a significant point in time and price on a higher degree that we probably have to start taking a look at it at every moment until, you know, we get towards into the middle, you know, where we know we're in the corrective phase or we know we're in the impulsive phase. Right now, in my opinion, we're still in a corrective phase, but we're getting closer and closer to the end where we have to start really paying attention and doing our homework to make sure that everything's still making sense. Okay, so appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notifications on because I don't always post when I air. I just sometimes go online and you're either there or you're not. So hit the notification button so you never miss a beat. I'll hate for you to miss a beat. Anyways, y'all be safe. Much love, and catch y'all next time. This has been your boys, Toshi, Mother Effing Heavy, with a dose of crypto, Forex, and not stocks today. We'll start covering those again pretty shortly, but to me, there's a lot of volatility in crypto and Forex, so there's no really reason. So, anyways, peace the F out.